All right, hey, shalom, shalom. Before I get started, as always, I want to give all praise unto our power, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Racha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And salutations and blessings to the hopeful elect that is scattered throughout the four winds of the earth, that believe wholeheartedly in the true doctrine that is being pushed throughout the four winds of the earth, who are in hope of mercy and salvation. During the time of Jacob's trouble, which is here, as well as when Yahweh Shai returns to the planet Earth. All right? To all the hopeful elect scattered around the four winds of the earth that wholeheartedly believe, to you I say shalom. All right, this video here, this will be another, well, not another, but this will be a, I'm speaking on this poll, I guess you will have. As you can see, I believe this was on some news media outlet. The elder brother Barak has shared it in the chat. And as you can see, it reads, most Americans say country is on the wrong track. All right, and then it has the percentages. 2/3 pretty seriously off on the wrong track. 1/3 says moving in the right direction. Now, if you are in this knowledge, you should know that that is definitely a sign from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, because the 1/3 of the nation of Israel represent the entire elect. All right, with the 144,000 being a part of that elect. Okay, and 2/3 represent the Israelites that will be destroyed here in Babylon. Okay, they're gonna be cut off and they're gonna die here because they believe in this system. So Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is constantly showing us signs, through the spirit. If your eyes are open and you're truly walking with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, all right, wisdom is flowing through everything. Okay. Now, of course, if you don't have this knowledge, you see and you feeling that everything ain't right. But if you have the knowledge, everything is going exactly how Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai said it would happen. So you are indeed in the right spirit. All right, you supposed to want to see this place go down. All right, you supposed to rejoice in these times. All right, and all we can do is hope that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai continues to keep his foot on the gas with this Nero 47 administration to continue to bring this place to its knees. All right, the playtime is over. All the mirth is gone. The thrill is gone. All right, it's over with. Okay. Now, I quoted Wisdom of Solomon. I'm gonna get that and read it. Because I gotta remember, it's always new listeners. Okay. Let me get that 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter. Okay. Bear with me a second. Second Ezra chapter 6. And I'm sorry, not 2nd Ezra 6. I'm in the wrong book. Wisdom of Solomon. Excuse me. Wisdom of Solomon, the 6th chapter. Okay. wisdom is the topic. Now the 1/3, beginning with the 140 and 4,000, 12,000 men out of each of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. All right. Wisdom is dwelling with them. All right. And this is why we can look at this poll that was taken in the U.S. and put on the news and see that this is a clear sign from Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right. When you go on these social media, everybody's complaining except the prophets. All right. The prophets are the only ones in a rejoicing spirit, in a fiery spirit of everything that's going on, because we can't wait for this thing to go down. All right. Let me find real quick. Okay. Let me get it. Okay, we might have to go to the 7th chapter. I believe it's in here. Salakia. I'm in motion, so just bear with me a second. I'm gonna get it. I know it's in this one of these chapters. Yep, the 7th chapter. Wisdom of Solomon, Salakia. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 24. All right. And if you dwelling with wisdom, you can see this clear. All right. Through the Spirit. This is Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 24. It says, "For wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness." And if wisdom is dwelling with you, you can see this as a straight up sign from Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right? Because you're supposed to be in that spirit of, yeah, this is going exactly the way it's supposed to be going. You shouldn't be in no spirit of, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. This ain't fair, like the rest of these people that don't have no hope. Okay? We have hope. All right? You were brought into this knowledge to believe this word. All right? And now that everything's happening, it ain't time to get all shook up like Elvis Presley. You supposed to be rejoicing at the things that are happening right now. Okay? That's what you're supposed to be doing, because these things that's happening is going to bring us to the kingdom. Okay? That's what's happening. What's happening is going to bring us to our kingdom. All right? And it's going to usher in our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai. All right? Which is going to take us to our kingdom. So it ain't no being a part of the 2/3 in that spirit of, this is bad. Yeah, it's bad. It's supposed to be bad. Okay? But you supposed to have so much trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushai that you should know good and well that the Lord is going to take care of you, because he has been taking care of you. Okay? The Lord ain't left the elect. Okay? He's with us. Okay? So I'm going to read that again. It says, "For wisdom is more movement than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. For she is the breath of the power of the Most High, and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her." Okay? So ain't nothing, if you're defiled, you're going to be a part of that 2/3. All right? Now, let me get the 2/3 and the 1/3 scripture in the book of Zechariah. All right. Bear with me. Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. All right. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, and the land is talking about is Babylon. All right. Mystery Babylon, Great Babylon, America. That's the land it's talking about. Okay. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. That's 2/3. Okay. Saith the Lord. I'm sorry. Let me read it from the top again. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. The third is talking about the 1/3, the elect. All right. And I will bring the third part through the fire. And we've been, ever since we've woken up to this knowledge, we've been in the fire, catching the hell. All right. Hastening these days that are here. All right. So now it's time for us to rejoice. All right. Rejoice and be glad. All right. For this is the day the Lord hath made. All right. It says, and it shall come to pass that in the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire. And that's, like I said, we've been being brought through the fire since we woke up to this truth. All right. And now when the missiles get to flying, we're going to be brought through the fire literally. All right. And I will refine them as silver is refined. And this as we've been going through this fire, the Lord has been chipping away at us, chipping that old man off of you, and so that he can see his reflection in you, so you can be beaming off the energy and spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. That's what the fire that the Lord is putting us through is for. All right. It says, and I will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried, constantly being purified. All right. By keeping this word. All right. And then when you go back to Wisdom of Solomon 7, or the 6th chapter, rather, it tells you that wisdom got to try you. All right. We're going to be tried all the way up until the point to the Lord sees himself in us. All right. Completely. And that's ultimately when we up in them chariots, or when those who are allotted to receive that spiritual power receive it. All right. Because the spirits were subject unto them. But all of the elect, all right, will be tried. Even when the missiles is coming, that's a trial. All right. It says, and that's when we gonna be the reflection of Yahweh Shai. All right. When we delivered through the fire. All right. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my power. All right. And that's the elect, all of the elect. All right. Not just like Yahweh Shai said. Let's get that in the book of I think that's John, the 15th chapter. Okay. That's all of the elect. Okay, because Yahweh Shai prayed for us. Let's get that real quick. So seeing a sign like this is rejoicing. I think it's 17. Bear with me. I'm just looking for it now. Okay, yeah, here we go. I'm gonna start at this whole chapter is good. I'm gonna start at 17. Okay. St. John 17:17, it says, sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth. As thou hast sent me into the world, even so have I also sent them into the world. And for their sakes I sanctify myself, that they also might be sanctified through the truth. All right? The truth of the Holy Scriptures, man. This is what it's all about. And the Holy Scriptures don't, matter of fact, let's get that in Ezekiel real quick. Let's get Ezekiel, the 2nd chapter. All right? And then I'm going to get Jeremiah 28. Because a lot of you people think the Bible's this, fairy tale, book of joy and happiness. Well, the scriptures tell you what's written in here, man. All right? Ezekiel chapter 2. And I'm going to start at verse 9. Well, actually, I'll start at verse 7. It says, Ezekiel 2:7, and thou shalt speak my words unto them, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are most rebellious. All right? And that's 2/3 of our people. They not going to hear. So this is why they're going to go down with the ship known as America. All right? They're going to burn with it. It says, but thou, son of man, hear what I say unto thee. Be not thou rebellious like that rebellious house. Open thy mouth and eat that I give thee. And when I looked, behold, an hand was sent unto me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein. And he spread it before me. The book is the Bible. All right? And he spread it before me, and it was written within and without. And there was written therein lamentations and mourning and woe. All right? That's what the Bible is written of. So you're supposed to be rejoicing that these things are finally here, because after the lamentations, mourning, and the woe, all right, we're gonna receive a kingdom that's been promised to us. All right, we're gonna be moved into everlasting immortality, joy, happiness, children playing in the street without having to worry about pedophiles. All right. Anything your heart desire, you will be able to do in the kingdom of heaven according to righteousness. Okay? You won't have to worry about getting up, going to no goddamn plantation, running late, speeding on the freeway, in and out of traffic so you can hit that goddamn time clock. None of this bullshit that we have to go through now, we will never have to deal with again. All right? But we got to get through this straight gate that's here. All right? And you should be ready. All right? You should be building up your faith for it. Okay? Now let's go back to John 17. Well, actually, no. Let me get Jeremiah 28 real quick. Okay? Because you people got it all messed up. Okay? Jeremiah 28:8, it says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. And this is what's upon us. War, you into some evil ass times, all right? The government ain't opening back up. At least not for the rest of this year. I don't believe so. I believe we in the time of many great miseries shall be done to them who in the latter times shall be in the earth, because they have walked in great pride. All right? Jacob's trouble. We here. Okay? Food pantries, lines around the corner. Airports. 4-hour lines just to get on a goddamn flight. You a fool if you flying right now. If you ain't flying for work, you know what I'm saying? You's a fool. Shouldn't be trying to get on no plane right now, man. It's too bad out there. You think they literally checking everything? People ain't getting paid, stressed out. They probably, man, just go, man. Just get on the plane, man. They ain't really doing their job thoroughly like that because they don't have the bodies to do it. But niggas are still jumping on planes. You gonna stop when them motherfuckers start falling out the sky. Okay? So let's go back to John 17:17. Again, all right? Because this is for the elect. The 1/3 of the nation of Israel that shall be delivered out of Babylon. All right? It says, sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth. As thou hast sent me into the world, even so have I also sent them into the world. And for their sakes I sanctify myself, that they also might be sanctified through the truth. And this is see, Yahushua, he was praying for his disciples, right? The ones that were sent to teach the word. But then he says this. It says, neither pray I for these alone, but for them also which shall believe on me through their word. So he prayed for all of the elect, the entire 1/3. So those of you who are taking heed and listening to the prophets, all right, and doing what you're supposed to do, all right, in with your whole heart and meekness and in fear, all right, Yahweh Shem Yahushua has the angels ready to protect you, to get you through whatever it is you got to get through, all right, because you are a part of the elect. You got to put on as the elect. Yeah, we hope, all right, but we're the hopeful elect, all right, because we've been sanctified through the truth of the word, man. Okay, so it says that they all may be one, as thou, Father, art in me and I in thee, that they also may be one in us, that the world may believe that thou hast sent me. And that's what it is. All right. All of the elect got to be on one accord. And through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, us here at Great Millstone and our followers and believers, we are all on that one accord. All them other Israelite groups ain't on one accord. All right. But through the spirit, we are. All right. So I'm going to end it there. You know, just a little quick in transit. This was a very spiritual sign the Lord sent. And it's you know, assurance for our faith to be continually boosted. All right. Because we are doing the right thing through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We're in the right spirit. We should want this place to go down. You supposed to want this place to go down. Who the hell loves oppression? So with that, giving all praise unto Yahweh Shem Yahushua, Lord will, this edifying to the hopeful elect. And we on to the next. Shalom.